How productive were you today? Think about it honestly, not how busy you were. How productive? Because there is a difference. And most people never stop long enough to notice it. Welcome back to Gentle Wisdom. Today I want to tell you something that the productivity industry does not want you to know. Because if you knew it, you would stop buying their apps, their planners, their courses. The truth is this. Most productivity advice is making you less productive. By the end of this video, you will understand why busyness and productivity are opposites, what is actually stealing your best thinking, and the counterintuitive habit that produces more real results than any to-do list ever could. So slow down, listen carefully, and let's begin. Lesson 1. Busyness is the enemy of productivity. Here is the first uncomfortable truth. Being busy is not a sign of productivity. In many cases, it is a sign of the opposite. Truly productive people are rarely the busiest people in the room. They are often the calmest, the most focused, the ones who seem to have space around them while everyone else is rushing. Because they understand something most people miss. Results come from depth, not volume. From thinking, not reacting. From one important thing done well, not 20 small things done poorly. Cal Newport, in his book Digital Minimalism, describes how the modern world has created a culture of constant connectivity that masquerades as productivity. Checking messages feels like working. Responding to everything feels like being responsible. Being available all the time feels like dedication. But none of it produces the deep work that actually moves things forward. Think about a surgeon. Their value is not in how many emails they answer. It is in the 2 hours in the operating room where nothing else exists. That focused depth is where their real contribution happens. Your most valuable work is the same. It happens in depth, not in the noise. Remember this. Stop measuring your day by how busy you were. Ask instead, what did I think deeply about today? Lesson 2. Your phone is stealing your best ideas. Here is something most people never realize. Your best ideas do not come when you are staring at a screen. They come in the spaces between. In the shower. On a walk. In the quiet moment before sleep. These are the times when your brain makes connections, solves problems, and produces the insights that change things. But those spaces are disappearing. Every moment of boredom is now filled with a screen. Every pause is filled with a scroll. Every gap is filled with content. And the brain never gets the silence it needs to do its deepest work. There was a designer named Kai. He was always busy, always producing, always responding. He worked 12 hours a day and felt constantly behind. Then his phone broke for a week. He could not replace it immediately. That week, something strange happened. Ideas started coming to him on his morning walk. Solutions appeared in the shower. He designed the best work of his career in fewer hours than usual because his brain finally had space to think. The phone was not helping him work. It was filling the space where his best work happened. Here is what works. Create 1 hour each day with no screens and no input. Walk. Sit. Think. Let your brain work in the silence. Lesson 3. Doing nothing is doing something. Here is the idea that sounds the most wrong, but is the most true. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is nothing. Not nothing as in laziness. Nothing as in deliberately unstructured time. Time with no task, no goal, no output expected. This is when your brain consolidates what it has learned, processes what it has experienced, prepares for what comes next. Athletes call this recovery. They know that the body does not grow during training. It grows during rest. Push without recovery and performance declines. Your mind works the same way. Think without rest and the quality of thinking declines. The ideas become smaller. The solutions become obvious. The work becomes average. The best thinkers in history understood this. Darwin took long walks every afternoon. Einstein played violin. Newton sat under apple trees. They were not wasting time. They were doing some of their most important work.
Start here.
Schedule unstructured time every day, not as a reward, as a requirement. Your best thinking depends on it. Lesson 4. Protect the space where good thinking happens. Here is the final truth. The most productive thing you can do is protect the space where good thinking happens. Not add more tools. Not optimize your schedule. Not find another app. Protect the space. That means saying no to some things so you can say yes to the right things. It means choosing depth over breadth. Choosing one important thing over 20 small ones. Choosing silence over noise. Most people never do this. They let the urgent crowd out the important. They let the noise fill the silence. They let busyness become an identity. And they wonder why, at the end of every busy day, they feel like nothing truly important was done. Think about the work you are most proud of. The ideas that actually changed something. The decisions that mattered. The thinking that moved your life forward. Were those things produced in a rush? In a noisy, distracted session? Or in a quiet moment of focused depth? You already know the answer. Nobody tells you this about productivity because it cannot be sold. It does not require a subscription. It cannot be downloaded. It only requires one decision: to protect the space. Every day. The most productive thing you can do today is create 1 hour of silence, 1 hour of depth, 1 hour of space for your best thinking to happen. That hour will do more for you than any app ever could. Train your mind and keep becoming.